Trump supporters say Robert F. Kennedy Jr. may be on the shortlist for Health Secretary. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is currently on the shortlist of candidates some Trump supporters are considering for the next Department of Health and Human Services Secretary position, according to people close to the president-elect's campaign. With Republicans now holding a majority in the Senate, Kennedy supporters have been growing hopeful in recent days that he might be nominated to lead the department. Kennedy's chances of surviving a Democratic-led Senate would have been slim, given his long history of taking what the party called anti-science, fringe public health positions, infuriating Trump's opponents and a wide range of health experts during the election. This includes his chairmanship of the Children's Health Defense Group, which has noted that there is no such thing as a safe and effective vaccine, and that the parallel between rising disease rates and increased childhood vaccinations is hard to ignore. Doctors argue that such statements about vaccine safety are misleading and could undermine hard-earned efforts to increase U.S. vaccination rates against preventable diseases. Kennedy himself has not been forthcoming when asked publicly about the possibility of being selected to head the vast HHS umbrella organization, which includes the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Institutes of Health, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, and the Centers for Food and Drug Administration. Before the election, Kennedy told Fox News, "I'm sure that if I wanted to be HHS secretary, the president would fight like crazy for it," but he also said he wasn't sure if it was the role he would be most effective in. Howard Lutnick, co-chair of the Trump Transition Administration, was asked in a CNN interview last month whether Kennedy would be the Secretary of Health and Human Services. "Of course not," he replied. But two people close to the campaign said the election results played a big role in changing Kennedy's mind about whether to go through the difficult and often painful Senate confirmation process that bogs down nominees. Kennedy supporters argue that the election was a mission not just for Trump's policies overall, but also for Kennedy and his proposals to fight chronic disease under the slogan, "Make America Healthy Again," and point to votes Kennedy may have cast in favor of Trump. Podcast host Joe Rogan initially voiced support for Kennedy in his ideas, then endorsed Trump. In an interview with NPR after the election, Kennedy said, "I haven't decided exactly what that strategy would be, but it's a possibility," when asked if he would be appointed to a Senate-confirmed position. As for whether Kennedy is now a leading candidate for HHS Secretary, Trump Vance and Transition Committee spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt said in a statement, "The American people overwhelmingly re-elected Trump because they trust his judgment and his policies, and his promise to build America again with respected leaders like RFK Jr. But Kennedy isn't the only name Republicans are floating for the top HHS position. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Wednesday suggested that Dr. Joseph Ladapo, the state's top health official and Surgeon General, could be a contender. Under Ladapo, the state health department has warned some people against getting booster COVID-19 vaccines, citing claims that have been criticized by federal health officials and outside experts as unsubstantiated or misleading. Trump's allies in Washington have also named former Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal and former Deputy Health Secretary Eric Hargan, whose supporters believe could be effective because they know how to get around the department's bureaucracy. But few Trump surrogates and supporters have spent as much time with the president-elect or plotted his ambitious agenda as Kennedy, according to people close to the campaign.